President Ruto has to be the worst of the worst that we've ever put in office. I say this because this guy will literally do anything in exchange of money, even if it means going against the oath he took to defend the constitution, the territory of Kenya, and its people. Now, just to give you a bit of context, as we speak, Ruto is now allowing Americans who are coming out of Congo with Ebola to come to Kenya for screening and treatment before they jet back to the United States. In case they're infected and they can't get better, they get to stay here eternally as they continue to propagate this deadly disease. Here's what Muhisa Kitui had to say about this.
The biggest crisis in this region right now is the outbreak of a new strain of Ebola in Ituri in eastern DRC. Kenya government, in the news today you were reading, is saying we are engaging with America talking about international activity. Nonsense. That's not the truth. The truth has been announced by Washington that the US has gotten the Kenya government to open up CDC facilities in Nairobi for monitoring and observing Americans coming out of DRC.
Not Africans.
Not Africans, not Kenyans, not anybody else. But why are we offering Americans to fly people suspected to be in an area with Ebola to come to Kenya when they could make a quarantine area in DRC? What is the benefit to Kenya? Because, yes, master, Uncle Sam's children, what America wants, will smile in a false teeth and pretend that this is all right with Kenya.
Man, we are truly being led by the worst leadership this country has ever seen in years. But be that as it may, in this video I want us to dissect some of the reasons why this is a very stupid idea from this government. And so with no further ado, let's get after it. Number one, if you want to know how foolish our government is, Uganda borders Congo. They share a border. And here's the interesting bit. Uganda has closed its borders with Congo. Then a distant neighbor, uruke Uganda ndo ufike Kenya, we are now receiving them with open arms. Is that not the epitome of foolishness? And in case you think I'm clowning about this issue of Uganda closing its borders to Ebola victims, just have a look at this tweet from Larry Madowo of CNN. Breaking: Uganda closes border with DRC with immediate effect of a Ebola outbreak. Any person returning from the DRC into Uganda shall undergo mandatory self-isolation for 21 days, which is technically the time it takes for the virus to kill you. And if you survive that duration, then you are free to continue, sababu hauna. If you succumb, well, they'll see how to deal with your body. So you want to tell me Museveni, a dictator who's been in power for 40 years, is reasoning far much better than mtu amekaa 3 years in office? We need an MP with balls, just one, to bring an impeachment motion against President William Ruto. Table it, wacha yule atapiga yes, apige yes, yule atapiga no, ataenda na Kasongo 2027. That much is urgently needed. An impeachment motion needs to be drafted by Tuesday ikuwe inaletwa pale bunge. Because this is clear evidence. Huyu jamaa hataki kulinda wananchi, hataki kulinda inchi, hataki kulinda katiba. Wao wanalinda tumbo, and that is why they are called the Linda Tumbo Group. Now, the second reason why this government and this president are accepting Americans who might have Ebola entering the country is because of desperation. Within the last 5 months, Ruto ameenda IMF twice, wamemnyima loan. They have asked for financial restructuring, an increment of taxes before they can give us any more money. Because as far as they're concerned, we don't have the ability to pay. We're just borrowing and passing the mess to the next president. He has gone to World Bank. World Bank have chased him 3 times. Moja ilikuwa Mudavadi alienda, ingine ni Ruto mwenyewe, ingine ni Mbadi, wote wamefukuzwa. Even the major allies of the Americans, or NATO for that matter, are refusing to give us grants or even loans. Why is that the reason? It's because this government pissed off the Republicans. We must take into account the fact that under the Democrats, and in specific President Joe Biden, Ruto was given a state visit to America, the first in a very long time for an African head of state. Kenya was declared a non-NATO ally. We were given several different perks to make us a friend of the United States from that day henceforth. 2 months later, Ruto was in China talking about the New World Order, which China is on top of everything, and that is what he was supporting. So Senator Rich of the US Foreign Relations Committee in the Senate, him being the ranking member and the chairman, called out Kenya for that double speak. You're a non-NATO ally, but you're also supporting the New World Order. And he specifically mentioned William Ruto. Trump is no fool. He's a businessman. You won't scam him and benefit. So simu zimepigwa, IMF wameka red alert, World Bank red alert, Americans hawatoi kitu, NATO allies hawatoi kitu. So huyu jamaa amepewa ultimatum. For you to get any penny, you must open your borders for watu wako na Ebola ambao ni Americans, not just anybody, Americans who are coming out of Congo. Wameenda huko kuiba minerals. In case wapate ugonjwa, they come to Kenya for screening, If they are good, they go to America. If they are not okay, they stay here, wanaendelea kutuambukiza. This country should not allow foreigners with diseases, especially because we have seen how Kenyans behave around watu wa ngozi nyeupe. The ladies give in quickly. The men are quick to render services. Kama ni njia mzungu anatafuta haraka haraka, pita hivi, hata askari akipewa $500, pita boda haraka. These people will not stay in those concentration camps if they have that Ebola. Watakaa hapo 21 days kweli? Wako na dola hapa. Any other country I would say it's fine. But because we are so indisciplined and always quick to make a few bucks, hata tukipata wageni wako na Ebola na tuwaeke concentration, they will leave and go to Quiver, go to Carrefour, go to Naivas, mutapatana kwa bus station, na hivo ndo tutarudi lockdown. So moral of the story, impeach this president and we do away with these problems. Or we wait till 2027 if at all we'll make it. Sasa unaweza uliwa na stress ya economy, unaweza uliwa na Ebola, unaweza uliwa na goons. Inchi the average lifespan soon will become 35. Anyway, that's just my opinion, guys. Do drop me your comments in the comment section below and I'll do the best to read them and to give you a response. So with that, here today's ads of the day. If you're still managing rentals using notebooks and caretakers, see how Joel Karango Miner switched to a system that runs his 76 units automatically. Every month, caretakers traveled to his office with handwritten records. Balancing the math took hours. Payments never merged and tenants never got receipts. Then Joel switched to Bomahat, Kenya's award-winning property management software. Now payments update automatically, receipts go out via SMS, and every report is just one click away. He now runs all 76 units from his phone. No chaos, no confusion. Join hundreds of landlords doing the same. For more information, please call 0717-512-483 or visit www.bomahat.com. If you're in need of electrical wiring, solar installation, or electrical fittings such as strip lights, snake lights, downlighters, or chandeliers, contact Engineer Wycliffe at 0707 476602 and he'll get your house dapped up. And if you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula, hit the subscribe button. You're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.